Hey friends, it's Robin. Welcome back to my channel. So if you have been here for any length of time, you know that I love readathons, I love TBRs, I love a good prompt challenge, anything like that. And so I'm always looking for readathons to kind of guide my reading. However, a lot of readathons are geared towards certain genres, and since I am nearly and exclusively a romance reader, it can be sometimes difficult to participate in certain readathons because they're more dedicated to like fantasy books or things like that. Summerween is starting, I think, the day that this video is going up, and we are going to be participating in Summerween, but we are going to make it sexy. So this entire readathon is hosted by Gabby and Olivia, who I will have linked down below, and the entire purpose of this readathon is to read spooky books. However, I don't read a lot of thrillers and horror, and so we're going to take a little spin on it, and we are going to read dark horror romances. And I'm excited about it. So there are 5 prompts, 5 challenges, and I'm still going to complete all of them. We are just going to make them dark romance books instead. So a whole week of dark, spooky, but sexy romances, and I am so excited. So let's get into what the challenges are, what books I'm going to be reading. I have a couple books that are guaranteed and a couple books that I'm just going to kind of mood read throughout the week, depending on how long some of them take me, because a couple of them are a little long. So let's get into the challenges and everything that I'm going to read. So there are a couple of challenges that are like dedicated to certain books, and a couple of them are more like events or things to do. So one of them is to make or eat a spooky treat. I have no idea what I'm going to make, but I'm going to find something to make or drink that is spooky-esque. And then the other one is to read a book at night or in the dark. I do a lot of my reading at night anyways. I don't know if it will necessarily be dark. The sun sets at like 8:45 right now. We'll definitely read a book at night at some point. It probably won't be like the whole book, but I will read some of a book at night. The other 3 prompts are all like to guide which books you're choosing. There are 3 of them, and I am gonna pick a book for each of them. Since this readathon is a week, I think 3 books is totally doable. However, a couple of these books are a little long, so we shall see. I'm gonna have a couple of other like options and things like that, and at the end, I'm gonna share some of the books that are other options in case I 1, DNF a book, 2, get a ton of reading done, or 3, like I'm just not feeling the book that I put on there. We're gonna start with the ones that I know for sure. So the first prompt is to read a book with haunt in the title. Now, when I decided that I wanted to do this readathon, this is the challenge that completely tripped me up, because I was like, what are the odds that there's going to be a romance book that I not only want to read, but also has the word haunt in the title? I'm gonna read Haunting Adeline by H.D. Carlton, which is the first book in the Cat and Mouse duet, and I am so excited. I read the prequel novella for a different vlog, which I will link up with the cards and down in the description box. And I am so excited to read this book. It didn't even dawn on me that this book would fit for this prompt. I just kind of went to my Goodreads and I was searching the word haunt, and then I was like, well, let me check my Kindle, because sometimes I'm not good about marking books as want to read once I download them onto my Kindle. And when I saw this, I was like, okay, we are 100% participating in this readathon. So we're reading this. This is a demon dark romance. I know so little about this book. However, the prequel was very bloody, very gory, very intense and out there. And I think we are following a hero who is like a demon. And that's all I know. I know nothing about this duet, like literally nothing. But we did meet the hero in this book in the prequel novella, and the prequel novella was a wild ride. So I am very excited to read this one. So that's book 1 on the TBR. The next prompt is to read a slasher. And again, I'm kind of like twisting this a little bit because I'm not going to read a traditional slasher. However, I am part of Riley's Patreon, and every single month we do a buddy read. And this month's pick is Lovely Bad Things by Trisha Wolfe. And this is another dark romance, and we are following a heroine who has a romance with a serial killer. And when I love serial killer romances, but I figured like a serial killer fits pretty well with slasher. I know, again, nothing about this because this was picked as a book club pick, so I haven't read the synopsis. It's on my TBR because of that book club. However, I know that I like Trisha Wolf's writing, and I know that I love serial killer romances, so I'm very excited to see how this one goes. Our heroine might be like a detective or something like that, like she's investigating the murders and maybe he is the serial killer. I might be getting the synopsis confused with a different book, but I'm excited for this. That's going to be my book for slasher. And the final prompt is to read a book that has Halloween colors on the cover. And for this one, I have a couple of options. Again, I don't know exactly what I'm going to be in the mood for. However, I do have some other options. I have Her Soul to Take by Harley Laroe, which is all like black and white, which again, Halloween colors. I will say this book is very long. It's like 500 pages. So as much as I would love to read this is a dark monster demon romance. I don't know if it's going to happen just because it is so long. My other couple of options are I have the Hooked and Scarred, God, what is this? Like the Never After, a Never After series. So this one is based off Peter Pan and this one is based off Scar, Lion King. These are just very dark romances. That's all I know about them, but these also would fit for the whole dark romance theme. I guess this one does have kind of like orangey gold colors on it, so this could also fit for the Halloween covers, but that is book 2. And then my final options that I'm going to talk about here, again, this might change as the readathon goes, but I have 2 Pam Godwin options. I can't make like a dark romance TBR and not include Pam Godwin, but I have the third book in the Deliver Us bind up, which is Disclaim. This is a dark romance series surrounding a human trafficking ring. They're usually captor-captive romances. It's very dark. And so I do have this as an option. And then the final Pam Godwin one that is an option is Dark Notes. And I know absolutely nothing about this. Everyone that I know that loves Pam Godwin loves this book. And so I downloaded it to my Kindle and I have this that I could read as well. I also think this one is kind of long. So I have a lot of long books on a TBR that is only going to be 1 week long. Those are the options that I currently have. So I know for sure that I'm going to read Hunting Adeline and Lovely Bad Things by Trisha Wolf. And then the rest is kind of open. I am definitely going to fit one of the books into the Halloween colors. I just don't quite know which one it is going to be. And I do have some other books and stuff that I've been downloading in my Kindle, so it's totally possible that I don't end up reading any of these and I find something else sitting on my Kindle. But that is going to be it for this TBR. I am planning to vlog this entire readathon. I don't know how many vlogs I'm going to have going up. I don't know if I'm going to aim for 2 or 1 or how it's going to go. However, I am planning to do little mini vlogs over on Instagram as well as update my reading and things like that over at Instagram. I will also have templates for this readathon over on my Instagram, which is always linked down in the description box if you want to give me a follow over there and follow along with my reading in more real time. Let me know if you are participating in this readathon. Let me know what books you are reading and I will catch you all in my next video. Bye.